In March of this year, as some of you may be aware of, travel at UNHQ New York moved from an online booking tool called or known as Get There to a new tool through American Express GBT known as Concur. And I'm going to be taking you through some of the elements and features and aspects of the Concur online booking tool. This is the login page or the sign-in page, and your username or login name ID is simply your UN email or UN domain email address. And later on in this demonstration, I'll show you how to register for the online tool and how to go ahead and set up your password and security question. This is the home page for the Concur online booking tool, and you'll see it has the United Nations logo, and it says "Hello, Charles." Now, one of the first things or first items of business when you log in initially is to create your profile. So you go to the right-hand side of your screen, and you'll see a little icon with the word "profile" next to it, and you click on that, and it has your name, your profile settings, sign out, etc. Click on Profile Settings, and it will take you to Profile Options, and this is where you begin to build your profile. And the profile is very important. I can't stress that enough, because it assists the travel agency, travel and transportation, and the airlines in expediting your reservation and maintaining contact and communication with you. Okay. Within the profile, there are required elements and optional elements. Again, required elements and optional elements. For instance, your name is not optional, it's required. It's mandatory. Right? Your index number is required. Your work address is optional, as is your home address. Contact information is required. There are many instances where there are reservations with absolutely no telephone contact information. Email addresses, optional, but again, critical information that helps us maintain contact with the traveler or with you. Right? And you can add as many as you want. Okay. Emergency contact information, again, optional. Travel preferences, optional. Travel preferences are your preferred seating assignments, preferred meals, required meals, dietary restrictions, hotel preferences, bedding preferences, car preference, if you are renting a car, frequent traveler programs, loyalty programs, etc. TSA secured flight information is mandatory. Entering your passport or visa information, if you so choose, again, it's optional. And then we come down to assistance and travel arrangers. Concur is a passive acceptance system for travel arrangers and travel assistants. Any staff member with a profile built in Concur can assign themselves as a travel arranger or travel assistant to any other staff member that has built a profile in Concur, unless the staff member has clicked on Refuse Self-Assigning Assistance. Right? So this means if you click on this box, nobody can assign themselves as your travel assistant or your travel arranger. You'll see I've assigned myself Gary Trahan and Elena Como as my travel assistants. Okay. Credit cards, again, optional. Personal credit cards for personal deviations and for hotel bookings. Again, this is optional. We're going to go back to the reporting tab. Now, for travel administrators and travelers, one of the useful aspects or features of Concur is unused tickets. Many times, travel is booked, tickets are issued, but it's canceled at the last minute, and the ticket sits there. And you don't know if you can use it again or not. Okay? You may not even know that it's there. Unused tickets will show you if you have any unused tickets, and then you can try to have the travel agency apply it toward your travel, right? It's a way to maximize travel budget, obviously. Back to the home page. Now, we talked about self-assigning travel assistants and travel arrangers. If you're going to assign yourself as someone's travel arranger or travel assistant, say it's your boss or your boss's boss, you click on Profile, Acting as another user. Book travel for any other user self-assigned. Any other staff member that has built a profile in Concur, I can designate myself as their travel arranger. So I'm using my boss's boss. And now you'll see in the upper right-hand corner, it says acting as Schober/Kurt. When I'm done booking reservations for him, and I will be booking them in his profile with his contact information, with his personal preferences. Once I'm done acting for others, and it will take me back to my profile. On the left-hand side, you'll see booking for myself, booking for a guest. If you are a travel administrator that handles a lot of meetings, a lot of meeting participants, a lot of consultants, you will want to request from the site administrator guest booking access. And I'll go over that a little bit later. Booking for a guest simply means you'll be using your profile, and at a certain point in time in the booking process, you will be able to enter a meeting participant or a guest name, contact information, etc. This is as opposed to designating yourself someone's travel assistant or travel arranger. So, for instance, we'll go just as an example, New York to Berlin, and we'll choose 23rd of July, departure, and you can pick any time of the day. I'm going to pick 5 p.m. This last box is an 8-hour window. So if you've designated 5 p.m. as your ideal departure time, Concur will search 8 hours prior and 8 hours after. So from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. I'm going to narrow that window down a little bit to 4 hours. The return, we'll say, is the 25th. And departure, again, I'm going to narrow the window down to 4 hours. I'm going to search by schedule. You have the option to search by schedule or price. I find schedule an easier, or it's my preferred methodology. I just find it simplifies things. And as it searches, and when the search results are returned, you'll see you have what's called the matrix at the top of the page. It will show you all the carriers that fly from New York to Berlin, the number of nonstops, the number of one-stops or connections. You can come down here. If you have an actual flight number, you can search by flight number. You have various filters. You can filter by preference, earliest departure, latest departure, earliest arrival, latest arrival, carrier. You can sort them by carrier A to Z, or Z to A, or A to Z, Z to A. Duration, stops, and missions. I usually filter by duration. Now you can see you have United departing at 5:50 p.m. from Newark to Berlin. It's a nonstop. It's 8 hours, so it's economy. It's a code. It's a Lufthansa at 5:50 p.m. is operated by United. It's a code share. Again, 8 hours. So I know this is economy. So we'll pick United for the sake of argument. The return, I see 8 hours and 50 minutes, so I know it's economy. United departing at 9:40, getting in at 12:30. Select that. Okay, so here are the flights that we've selected. Here's the price. If there were any other less expensive options, there would be a yellow triangle, like a yield sign, indicating lower fares. Click on the fare. Review and reserve flights. And so here you have your flights, and as it's a guest booking, it defaults to the UN card. If you were using any other card, you would click on use a temporary card and you would enter that information below. Concur is now going out and it's actually booking the flights under the guest's last name, or under the guest's name. And here are the travel details. Mr. William Hunt, 23rd to the 27th. Here's the booking reference code. Here's the cost. Here's the ticketing deadline. July 10, 11:55 p.m. Ticket not yet issued. Airfare quoted in the itinerary is not guaranteed until the tickets are issued. You'll get when you move on to the next window, you'll get a pop-up adding if you want to or wish to add hotel or car reservations. In this screen, you would enter the index number and the TA number if you had them. When you're at the last screen and you're ready, you click Purchase Tickets. Now, you're not actually purchasing the ticket. You're sending the reservation to American Express, who will, when they receive the travel authorization, the approved travel authorization, match it up to the itinerary. If everything is aligned, they will go ahead and contact the traveler or the travel arranger and say, we're going to go ahead and issue the tickets, and that time the tickets will be issued. Okay. And if you'd like to email the itinerary to anyone, you can email it to yourself or anybody else. Now if we go back to the home page, or actually go back to the travel page, since I have booked this as, since I have booked Mr. Hunt as a guest, there he appears. There's also an option for the App Center, and there's some apps that Concur provides for you to download to your smartphone. We suggest or recommend that you download the Concur mobile app, which is essentially the same software that anything that you do on your laptop or your desktop, if you download the app, you can do on your cell phone or tablet, whatever. You can book travel, cancel travel, look up flights, etc. Now, to sign up to use the Concur online booking tool, you can go to iSeek, sorry about that. Scroll down to online travel booking, under travel, online travel booking, and it takes you to the user registration page. Your login or your user ID is simply your UN domain or your un.org email address. You type in the first part of your email, select from the drop-down menu. We have 2 loaded at this point. More will be loaded as more organizations begin to use the tool. Some basic information. You can change the time zone. If you're in New York, it's Eastern time. If you're in Santiago, Chile, it's Santiago time. If you're in Harare, Pretoria, you can choose that time. Whatever time is appropriate for wherever you are. And you can also change the format in which date information is displayed. Right now we're using the US month, date, year. You can change it to date, month, year, etc. You click submit. Once you click submit, you'll shortly receive an email acknowledging and thanking you for registering with Concur with your login name or your user ID. You'll also receive a second email, and in this email will prompt you to create your password and your security question. You'll notice it has a limit of 72 hours. Often we'll get a call saying, well, I got the email, but I was out of the office, or I was on annual leave, or I didn't get to do it. And so my suggestion is, once you get the email, just go ahead and do it. It's very simple. It's very basic. Okay? And then once you've created your password and your security question, you'll be prompted to log in back here. Okay? And if you have any questions or you get any error responses that you don't understand, please email us at please email us at onlinebookingtool@un.org. Okay? Again, onlinebookingtool@un.org. And if you have any questions, go ahead and email me. Thank you very much.